And how you guys doing? This is extremely important. Now, in reference to the White House, I was supposed to have received money from the White House every year in reference to my father getting murdered by the American government. And, my father was frozen, but my father had gotten murdered from branches of government that had conspired when they had borrowed money from my father or something. You know that, right? So, and these politicians didn't want to pay it back or something, so then they murdered my father. Now, these politicians nowadays, I'm not sure which ones, they tried to make false accusations against me because they were trying to steal the monies that I was supposed to have received from the White House every year. Or the Treasury was supposed to send money to the White House, and then they were supposed to send it to me or something. But somebody has it on record how much I was supposed to have received every year. It's like $80 billion or something that I was supposed to have received from the White House every year because of what the government had done to my father and what the government had done to me. I think that's a separate lawsuit. Well, there's more lawsuits from this. And if the government had ever tried to hurt my mother, there were supposed to be lawsuits in reference to that too. That the White House was supposed to possibly send me money. It's in the hundreds of billions or something. It's like, well, in reference to my father, I think it might be 80 billion. I'm not sure. Somebody has it on record. Maybe the Chinese president has it on record, or the Korean or Japanese president. They might have it on record. Or the Italian president, or the Irish president, or the French president, or the president or prime minister of England, or whichever. They might have it on record too. But obviously, I've not received it. And that was over 40 plus years ago or something, that the White House was supposed to send me that money or something. All right, when my father died, and it was frozen. But, in reference to the information of the history of government and the fact that I was supposed to be on the White House Christmas list. Now, these presidents, you have to check to see if any of them was in possession of monies, or if they were trying to steal the monies that I was supposed to have received from the government every year on my father's birthday and on Christmas. I might have been on Christmas too. But I've never received none of it. But it's in the billions or something. Check that information. See if there was not a contract, but a lawsuit case that where they had to send it from the White House. Not sure. You have to check it. Just look up the information. It's supposed to be publicly known that they were supposed to send me a certain amount of money every year because my father got murdered. And then my mother got murdered. And then my Uncle Jack Warner got murdered. Because, I'm like the godson of Jack Warner, too. You know that, right? But in reference to when my mother got murdered, the government has to pay on that. And my mother was frozen, And obviously, there's more lawsuits every day. I've not received anything yet. Haven't received any human rights monies. Haven't received, and somebody tried to communicate, or they had something on the internet or something. Somebody had tried to say that the Lesbian Association tried to send me money, and then these government men stole it or something. I don't know. But in reference to government, and these people would say something like, "Oh, they thought you threatened the president." About what? I don't even watch things about the president. What would I have to gain about something like that? In reference to presidents making false accusations against me, they have to get sued and prosecuted. It took hundreds of years for my family to build empires. And for somebody to play some narcissistic, psycho freaking game of making up some shit, or their scapegoat tricks of them trying to steal billions of dollars from my mother, or because all the money that the government owed to my father, the government's supposed to pay me that money. You know that, right? So it's pretty serious in reference to the violations of government. The satellite man was just choking my cat. So we need the names of all the presidents that accused me of ever threatening them. You know why? Because every one of them's got to get charged for trying to murder me and trying to steal my mother and father's estates. And don't forget, every time I called the White House, the phone calls are recorded when I have mentioned about the satellite man shocking me, the satellite man burning me. You know that, right? Even the letters that I sent to the White House comment email talks about my mother and father's estates, talks about the satellite man terrorizing me. You know, it's all documented. So we need to see the information of how these government men was trying to play some scapegoat trick of stealing monies that I was supposed to have received, or if there was a president in possession of monies that they were supposed to have sent to me. It all has to be reviewed. It all has to be publicly known because they made these public accusations against me. So getting down to the facts, it has to be publicly advertised why they would try to make these accusations up against me. Why would they try to rape me? Why would they try to hurt me? Why would they try to steal my sperm or genetics or hermaphrodite eggs? Why would they try to steal? Why? What were they trying to get at? What did they have to gain by falsely accusing against me and my parents? Think about it. What race are these presidents and politicians in America that have done these things? Think about it. What were they trying to gain? Did they try to make lawsuits? Were they trying to make themselves into billionaires? People want to know. Why would they make false accusations against me when the government has been in debt to my father's estate for over 40 plus years or something? And the government owes me the money that they were supposed to pay my father. Then my father died and he got murdered, then he got frozen, you know. It's pretty serious information. I haven't even received any human rights monies yet either. You know, my unemployment ran out last week. And so, you know, I've been looking for jobs. Even though my shoulder still hurts and my arm still hurts, but, you know, got to find jobs. The government hasn't paid me anything from the lawsuits, or the courts haven't sent anything. Plus, I haven't received anything from my mother and father's estates or companies. And I haven't received nothing. And these people are trying to set up ways of probably raping me on jobs or trying to hurt me on jobs. These people, there was some government man that intentionally, I guess, denied me my benefits in reference to my shoulder or arm injury or teeth damage that these people caused. So in reference to these politicians that accusated against me, and the ones that's been hitting me in the throat or hitting me in the face and teeth, need statements from them because it's got to be analyzed. The FCC said hello or something. If you sent anything, I did not receive anything. If you sent any monies or checks or anything, I did not receive it from anywhere. If anybody sent any gift cards, I didn't receive them either. And that satellite man's messing with my cat's head. It's burning. Her head's on fire. They just made her run into the other room. These government people got to get charged for animal bestiality crimes of government. Bestiality crimes of perverts. And people want to know how these people got into government to play these dirty tricks. Lots of things of importance. Real protocols in the media, 24 hours a day of my identity.